After FBI demands names be redacted in FISA memo, President Trump unleashes nasty surprise by Robert Rich Politics, U.S. News for MadWorldNews.com. The FBI and DOJ are so scared of the FISA memo that they recently demanded all names be redacted. Too bad for them, President Donald Trump just stepped in and he unleashed a brutal surprise. For the past week, Americans have watched the left go into full-blown panic, despite the fact that most of them don't know what is in this reportedly explosive memo and haven't even read it. They are terrified of the American people finding out what our government agencies have done, and they've gone through every motion to keep it classified. With every Democrat coming out of the woodwork to complain, it's only piqued more interest in seeing what they are so desperately trying to hide. After all, this is the same party who cheered leaks coming from President Donald Trump's administration. Now that their party could be damaged by the information coming forward, they no longer support things like government transparency. We're still hearing why this is a bad move on the part of the House Intelligence Committee from some people who haven't even seen the information they're talking about. In fact, the FBI and DOJ are among the most recent to make a few demands of their own to keep the documents' information locked away. According to Breitbart, the two government agencies now want all the names in the memo redacted. Of course, anyone with common sense can see that the names are the primary concern here because the American people want to know what these people did and who did it, who it was that did it. Without any of that information, the release would be a waste of time, which seems to be what the FBI and DOJ have in mind. However, President Donald Trump has gotten involved, dropping an early morning tweet. Trump unleashed a brutal surprise for the FBI and DOJ by shedding a little light on what the American people can expect. First, he started by ripping into the corrupt agencies. The top leadership and investigators of the FBI and the Justice Department have politicized the sacred investigative process in favor of Democrats and against Republicans, something which would have been unthinkable just a short time ago. Rank and file are a great people. The top leadership and investigators of the FBI and Justice Department have politicized the sacred investigative process in favor of Democrats and against Republicans, something which would have been unthinkable just a short time ago, President Trump wrote. Rank and file are great people. However, he then dropped a quote from the president of the legal watchdog group Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton, and it should send chills down every Democrat's spine. You had Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party try to hide the fact that they gave money to Fusion GPS to create a dossier which was used by their allies in the Obama administration to convince a court misleadingly, by all accounts, to spy on the Trump team. Tom Fitton, Judicial Watch president Donald Trump, tweeted, suggesting that the information in the document proves FBI and DOJ corruption. One can only hope that the hint is a sign of things to come from the document. There are a number of questions the American people have pertaining to how these so-called agencies of justice were allowed to operate. Perhaps most important is whether or not the so-called Trump dossier, which was funded by Hillary Clinton and her cronies and full of lies, was used to secure a FISA warrant to spy on the Trump campaign. America is on the cusp of something so damning here that both former FBI Director James Comey and former Attorney General Eric Holder have fired off clearly panicked responses. Here's Comey's tweet. All should appreciate the FBI speaking up. I wish more of our leaders would, but take heart. American history shows that in the long run, weasels and liars never hold the field so long as good people stand up. Not a lot of schools or streets named for Joe McCarthy. Well, the day before James Comey's rant, Eric Holder also sounded off on Twitter. People must understand what is at stake by the release of the bogus, contrived Nunes memo. It used normally protected material and puts at risk our intel sick capabilities in order to derail a legitimate criminal investigation. This is unheard of, it is dangerous, and it is irresponsible, he alleged. The left is so scared of finally being exposed that they are literally freaking out now that those who abuse their power in office are pretending to fight against such things. Too bad for them, their credibility has already been destroyed and they are being exposed for their corruption. We know why Comey is scared. He's one of the ones primarily responsible for letting Hillary Clinton off the hook. As for Holder, he has no room to talk after covering for the IRS's targeting of conservatives under former President Barack Obama's direction, to name just one, right? The hypocrisy here is really off the charts, but at least we know why now. These guys are scared, and if that doesn't make you want to see what's in this document even more, then you're just not paying attention. President Donald Trump promised to drain the swamp, and it looks that's finally going to start happening. In fact, I see quite a few Democrats circling the drain now. Yeah, let's hope. Even though the memo was released, yeah, they are going down because there's too much incriminating evidence, and they're still harping on not allowing, do not fire Mueller with their veiled threats. And, what do you mean not fire Mueller? The whole investigation was a farce. You should all be put in jail for misleading the FISA court in order to get the FISA warrant under false pretenses. They should all be held criminally charged for that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.